Jai Gurudev, and thank you for joining us today. Today we have with us an art of living expert and an officer of the Vedic Dhamma Sansthan to discuss about the teaching practices and how the wisdom of Gurudev and tools and techniques of art of living can be applied in the real sense, inspired from the movie The Dead Poet Society. So don't wait for permission. How do art of living practices encourage initiative without waiting for external approval? Yes, Jai Gurudev. Gurudev says, don't wait for the world to tell you are ready. Just start. In Art of Living, self-starting is built in our DNA. Seva projects are often initiated by youth with one idea and inner conviction. Practices like Shakti Kriya and meditation awaken inner authority. From teaching yoga in slums to organizing pujas in rural areas, we see volunteers act without waiting for validation. Like Todd finally reading his poem aloud, seekers in Art of Living find the courage to act from inner silence. The present is powerful. How do art of living teachers anchor us in the present moment? Yes, the power of now is central in Sanatana Dharma. Gurudev says, the past is memory, the future is imagination, only now is real. Sudarshan Kriya pulls the mind out of past regrets and future fears. Gayatri Chapa and Trikal Sandhya focus attention on the present sun. Breath and body, many discover joy in ordinary moments, just as Keating made poetry alive in class. Art of living sadhaks feel wonder in lighting a lamp, chanting a mantra, or sharing a meal. Presence becomes prayer and lead from within. How does one become a true leader through art of living path? Leadership begins with inner mastery. Gurudev says, first lead your mind, then the world. Art of living trains leaders not with authority but awareness. Youth who do yes plus or DS and step into service, lead meditations or host community pujas. They don't seek followers, they awaken leaders in others, like eating led by inspiration, not control. Art of living leaders guide with intuition and humility. Silence, seva, and satsang cultivate the three pillars of leadership of clarity, compassion, and courage. So, how can we embrace simplicity, and what is the spiritual value of simplicity in art of living teachings? In the Vedas, Alpam tu Sukham, simplicity is joy. Gurudev lives it simple food, simple words, yet deep wisdom. Art of living is daily sadhana, few breaths, one chant, silent prayer, Sanyam sadhana of level 1, level 2 gives immense depth without complication. Many seekers live luxurious lives and find joy in cooking for others, walking barefoot, or chanting in ashrams. Like Keating teaches powerful truths through simple metaphors. Our pujas too use basic offerings like water, flowers, light. Simplicity deepens presence and opens the heart. And don't fear failure. How do art of living practices dissolve the fear of failing? Yes, Gurudev says success is walking with grace through failure. Fear of failure comes from attachment to outcome. So Darshan Kriya and Sahaj Samadhi meditation break that loop. Participants in our TTCs or Seva projects learn through trial and laughter. Some pujas fail logistically, Seva teams mess up, but the spirit stays joyful. Like the boys make mistakes in poetry, we too are encouraged to stumble and learn. Fear fades when love for learning grows in art of living. Failing becomes a sacred experiment. And express fully, how does art of living encourage emotional and creative expression? Yes, the divine is expressed in rasa or emotion. Gurudev says, express without impression and feel without suppression. From art of living satsangs to blessings program, art of expressions is welcome. People paint, dance, sing, and even cry in a safe space. In Devi pujas, emotions flow with the mantras. Tears and laughter often mix like Todd bursts into poetry. Sadhaks open their hearts after Kriya. True expression comes when the fear of judgment dissolves in the warmth of a Sangha. And don't compare journeys. What is the spiritual cost of comparison and how can it be avoided? Gurudev says your mind is unique. Comparison is violence to yourself. In Art of Living, each seeker is respected for where they are. Some sit silently, others sing or lead. There is no hierarchy. Sudarshan Kriya softens the ego and dissolves the need to compete. In pujas to everyone from children to elders contribute differently. Like each boy writes his own kind of poem. Spiritual growth isn't one size fits all. When one stops comparing, celebration begins, and it's a good idea to release control. How do art of living tools help let go of control and trust life? Yes, Gurudev teaches let go and let the divine do its work. Breath is the bridge. When you surrender to it, life flows. Sudarshan Kriya and Sahaj Samadhi meditation show that you don't have to manage every moment in yagyas. Once the sankalpa is made and offerings is given, we let go. Many seekers move from anxiety to surrender by offering their concerns into the fire of devotion. Like Niels' need for control led to despair, surrender brings grace. and discover your inner voice. What practices help tune into one's deepest intuition? Gurudev says in deep silence, the voice of wisdom whispers. Art of Living's Sehat Samadhi meditation is a direct path to the intuitive self. Many decisions that seemed confusing are resolved after meditation or seva. Even chanting mantras like Gayatri activates the buddhi tattva or intellect. We have seen people shift careers, relationships, and life paths after one glimpse of clarity. Like Todd finds his voice in Keating's class, Art of Living gives seekers the courage to trust their inner guidance and be present for others. How can spiritual seekers truly be there for others? Presence is the greatest gift. Gurudev says if you can be 100% for someone, even briefly, it heals them. In Art of Living, we train this through sadhana and seva. When someone is crying, we don't preach, we sit in silence, chant gently, or offer prasad. Our blessing techniques involve being fully present for another's healing. Like the boys stand by each other silently, our pujas and satsangs create sacred togetherness where presence becomes prayer. Jai Gurudev.